Hello, welcome to another episode of Hyped. I'm Steve. I'm joined by Tango. You can see him above me there. Uh, so Tango is the current head coach of the Rushmore Knights under 16s and under 19s, and we'll get into that a little bit more. But shortly, as I always do when I do these interviews or I don't know shows, I like to sort of be fully transparent and declare any existing relationship. And I think uh, for me, they don't come any closer than Tango, any more involved. I've known Tango nearly 20 years now, which is weird. 26 is when I joined the Knights, um, and it's not just I don't just know him as a teammate and a coach. I know him as a personal friend. I've worked for him as a doorman. I've worked with him as a doorman. uh, Rented out rooms in properties he's owned for him. Know his family. Helped fix his broadband at his own. Known him for a long, long time, and yeah, very, very proud to call him my friend. So really pleased that you came on here, T. But yeah, I wanted to sort of get that out of the way. You know, if I sound biased, there's a reason for it. But that's really what this show's about anyway, right? And what Tango has done over the last, I don't know, in the recent history of the Knights, with their under 16s and under 19s is tremendous. So just the under 16s have had back to back championships or like national championship success. The under 19s, they won a national championship last year, got to I think a quarter final this year or semi. But just complete, the whole program's just been revamped, and Tango is one of the key people behind. I'm sure you'll apportion credit to other people here, Tango, but everyone knows this. You're the man behind this, pulling the strings and making it all happen. The spirit of the club sits strongly with you and DC, I would say, and always has done. And yeah, so I just wanted to, I wanted to start off this revamp of this series with people I know. Had a Pete Jones on last week. That was cool. We've got Ben Herod on next week. Yeah, really pleased that first of all you agreed to coming on, T. And just want to talk to you about. I mean, we could probably talk about football. Well, we have done for hours on end. So we need to try and keep this contained within the realm of the development of the two younger teams at the Knights and what that means. Yeah, just I feel like you're a well-known personality within the sport, but also well liked, and highly decorated in terms of what you've achieved at playing and coaching level over a hell of a number of years. So yeah, that's my intro. So, welcome, T.
Thank you, Knocker. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Yeah, 1985 was the first time I put a kit on.
was it? And that's the other thing that Tango's famous for with the Knights. He's giving everyone a nickname because he can't remember their real names. And so for the last 20 years, I've been known as Knocker. And that was, well, yeah. But why did you call me Knocker?
You knocked 10 barrels of poo out of everyone you hit. If I wanted the ball, you knocked it out of their hands.
Yeah,
And you didn't mind a fight on the
yeah,
door.
yeah. I suppose, yeah. Like, well, not
Yeah.
fun. I wouldn't run away from trouble. I'll be like, no, let's have it. Yeah. But I remember that. I think it was even you, T, that come up with this. Was we're nice till we need to be nasty, and
Yeah.
that was it. Like polite, friendly, smiling, and then if it kicked off, go time. Get stuck in. But anyway,
By the party.
enough about enough about doorman work. So let's talk about. And do you know what? I feel like I could have a show with you just talking about what you've done in the sport, T. But as in like as a player and as a coach, but I do really want to specifically focus on your last few years and really that starting really with the inception, because I know that there used to be under 19s, under 16s teams at the Knights, but they sort of disappeared. I don't know if that was a COVID thing or whatever. But what propelled you to sort of starting it back up again?
Um, yeah, COVID kind of destroyed it.
Was it right?
Um, and Tutu asked me if I'd go and give him a hand. And I quite enjoyed it. I didn't understand the rules to U16s because obviously the centre's a tight end. You can only blitz one person. I had so much to learn.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Tuchel took me under his wing and showed me some of it, and then walked off and left me to it,
Yeah.
which I deserved.
Yeah. But what made you say yes to doing that? Was it just because the Knights needed something and you were like, yeah, I'll do it? Like what attracted you to doing
The
that?
Knights needed something,
Yeah,
and I've got two sons. One that was at the time I took this on was just turning 13.
yeah,
Um, so he could go into the under 16s, great. And 3 years later, obviously, he went to the U19. So I asked Glenn if he didn't mind if he took a step to one side, and I did both teams.
right.
But Glenn's still with me, and he's still the defensive coordinator for the U19s.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember I played with Glenn years ago. He's been around the club a long time, and his
Yeah,
dad was at Farnham Rugby Club, wasn't he? He was one of the
yeah, yeah. Oh,
like
oh,
committee or
Christ.
something there.
Glenn played both sides of the ball. He
Yeah.
played DN, linebacker, running back, tight end. He's
Mm,
all over the place.
yeah. So so how did you go from, this, I don't know, taking on this under 16s role? You didn't really know the rules, or the adjusted rules, should we say. You know the sport really well. But to then building a program out that's won back-to-back national championships. Like what happened for that to transpire?
Well, I believe it's the parents. If the parents aren't behind the kids 100%, you're not going to make it happen.
Right,
The kid has to be 100%. Yes, I'm going to train. Yes, I'm going to learn the playbook. Yes, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to become part of a family. I'm not a one-man band. And then got to have the parents right behind them. If the parents aren't right behind them, you're fighting a losing battle, I think.
right. So it's actually one thing that I noticed, because I've done a couple of things with the Amity Fund. We did that money thing, didn't we?
Yeah,
£1,000 thing, and but also I just live stream games and have been around the club, right? And that's one thing I definitely noticed, the difference between like the senior team and the under 19 under 16s, is that the parents were so involved, so vocal. They're in numbers, and I would say to a greater degree than what I'd experienced myself, actually knowing what happens on the field as well. Like, they seem to sort of like be able to follow the sport and cheer at the right moments and stuff. Like, so it is, was that a strategy for you? Did you like target the parents and their involvement and try to bring them into the
yes,
fold?
I did.
Right.
Obviously, we need medics, we need managers, we need helpers, backroom staff.
Yeah.
You need equipment guys. You need so many people, and if you bring the parents in and teach them more about the game themselves, and they actually understand it, because to 90% of our country, American football is really alien.
Yeah.
And especially when their kids are so young, they're not up watching the Super Bowl at 3 in the morning like we have done I have done the last 40 years.
Yeah.
Um, it's bringing them in so they understand it and understand what's going on. And luckily enough, most of our U16s have gone to our U19s, and now they're starting to dribble into the seniors.
Right.
So the parents are going along, and
Yeah.
other brothers are now joining, cousins are joining. It's really good.
So yeah, that's a really interesting point. The progression of those players that you had at under 16, probably, yeah, will now be moving into, well, I suppose other programs as well. Just before
Yeah,
we started, you reeled off a list of countries that that players have gone to from your program. Was this from under 16 and under 19 that they've gone to these different
yeah.
countries?
From our under 16s, under 19s, I actually sat and worked it out today. It's 20 kids that have gone, whether they've gone to America, whether they're playing pro in Canada, Germany. That's 20 kids have moved on in the last 2 years.
Wow. And so those kids that don't move on, you've been able to sort of retain some of that talent and keep them in the club to play at the next level up, so to speak.
Well, I think U16s you can really go for it, but U19s you have to expect to lose 10 players every June, July
Yeah.
to America, Canada. You know it's going to happen, and
Well,
it's a good thing.
university as well, right? They would, there's almost like a discipline in between 19s and adult, isn't there, with
Yeah,
university?
yeah. I mean, our kids obviously we've probably got I don't know, 40-man squad on our U19s and 20 of them at university at the moment.
Right.
So they won't be training with us until they come back from school. We might get them at half term, might get them over Christmas, get them at Easter, and then hopefully that's it. Bang, they're home for good
Yeah.
until June, July, and they go off to their pastures new, hopefully.
Yeah. What's that been like? Because I know that your experience as a coach and as a player towards that, before that, has been adult, and so really, it's always been you don't really have much drop off of players. Players move. It's because they might have gone pro or gone to another moved to another area or whatever. But it's sort of it's like part of the framework of under 16, under 19 football that you've only got these lads for a set amount of years and then they graduate or they move on, right? Did that
Yeah,
take
but
some like getting used to for you?
no, it's fun teaching someone the sport. Um, when you've got rookies, 3 monthers, 8 monthers, a year and a half, people that have been in it 2 years, it's hard to coach all at the same level, but it's all the same thing. You just have to progress through it a little bit quicker, that's all.
Hmm.
But it's really about them kids going, them 20 kids that have gone in the last 2 years from the Knights to go further
Yeah.
and go and get free schooling in America, get paid to pay in Canada, Germany.
Hmm.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm watching a whole load now, joining UE Bullets. I know what they're doing. They're going there for some fun. They want to be on the best team in the country.
Hmm.
They're not used to losing, these kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So is that? So I suppose that was like with you almost see it as like you're nurturing them until they're ready to go to that next step. That sort of your mindset.
Yeah, see now in June and July this year, we lost 13 U19s that went on to either NFL Academy, America, Canada, and to lose 13 just before you got to play the London Blitz U19s, which are a phenomenal team
Mm,
in the semis, that's tough, and the whole team know it.
mm,
But it's nice to put the weight on their shoulders for once. Well, now you step up. Now
yeah,
you're the man. It's not
yeah,
him. You're the man now. And it's lovely watching them grow and mature as not just football players, but as men.
yeah,
And know now the weight's on their shoulders. They
yeah,
can't go, oh, you stay on, you're better than me.
yeah,
No, you're the man.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and for the one or two games beforehand, we will try and make sure they're getting lots of playing time. But this year we were very unlucky. I don't think we played a whole game. No, we only played half games all year. One game was one quarter. Um, half a game all year. So the team weren't used to playing a whole game.
Right.
They
And
really
this is
weren't.
because teams were forfeiting.
They were forfeiting on us, yeah.
So is that quite a big problem that you experience or the better teams experience at under 19 level?
Yeah, I think the Southeast are very lucky. Um, the Blitz and the Warriors, the Renegades, they've all done extremely well. They've got a lot of players and they managed to keep going.
Mm,
But when you get out into the country a little bit more, it's tough. There's not a lot of kids, um, and they're just short of numbers. Um, it's sad to see, but sometimes you've got to take your hat off to the other coach to take that and say, no, I'm calling it a day at half time. And you've got to think about his players. It's about his players. There's no point us beating them up. We won a game,
yeah,
but there's no point hurting someone. Three or four people going both ways. That's just nasty at that level.
yeah, yeah, of course. So do you find that it's more rewarding doing focus on this part of football than it was coaching adults?
Um,
Because your
yeah,
face is lighting up talking about
there's
it.
right, U16s is amazing. It's so much fun because
Yeah.
the kids want to do it. And if they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't be there because it's hard work, it hurts, it's tough. It can be not only physically hard, it can be mentally hard.
Hmm.
Um, U19s, they're starting to find girls, they're starting to find unis, they're starting to find beer.
Mm,
Um, Adults, they got kids, they
mm,
got jobs. Uh, I think only U16s is it slightly easier. A lot of U16s also do army cadets, scouts, and they have camps, Duke of Edinburgh awards. But I'm up for, yeah, do it, do everything you can.
Mm,
And it only means that someone else has got a chance of stepping up into your boots, so it makes it better for everyone.
yeah, yeah. And just to touch a little bit on your coaching staff. So you talked about how you found parents that can help with running the club. Where have you found coaching staff, and how do you find coaching staff? How has that been built out? How's that come about?
That's real tough. It
Hmm.
does tend to be parents.
Right. Okay.
Glenn obviously has been around doing the youth programs ever since he stopped playing. He had a really bad knee injury and had to
That's right.
stop
Yeah, I
playing.
remember it recurring, wasn't it? He kept doing it, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was there and happy to carry on helping. My right hand man, Stevie D,
Yeah.
um, he come in, uh, and I sometimes I stop coaching and I walk away just to watch him
Right.
because I'm a bit of a hard nosed coach. I'm a bit of a tough coach,
Yeah.
and he is so nice, so funny until they push him.
Right.
And then when he explodes, they're running hills. That's
Yeah.
he, yeah, but it's lovely to watch him.
Yeah.
But I got parents also that are coaching. Some are more getting the cones out, getting stuff ready.
Yeah.
I've got one that gets the kit out and sorts the helmets and the shoulder pads for rookies, and he fits them. He's brilliant. Um, it's parents really that are coming down and staying around, and
Mm.
I hope that they carry on through the program as the players do, because they're going to go and coach their son's age group, not another age group.
Yeah.
Though some of them do cross over and help me, which is
Yeah.
really nice, and I understand it's keeping them away from their Sunday dinner,
Yeah.
because it can be a long day.
Yeah. Yeah. How so? Yeah. Is there? What's your approach the to those people to keep them involved? Like, how do you do that? How have you maintained, you know, that body of
It's
work?
real tough, but I've just had a U19 age out, and his mum started coaching halfway through the year,
Right.
and she's turned out being an absolute little blinder. And she's actually still doing the U16s and the 19s,
Right.
and our academy team,
Yeah.
the South Coast Crusaders. Yeah, she's stayed around, which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything I've done. It must be her love for the game.
Yeah.
Because I don't, I do actively try and get coaches if they come and show an interest.
Yeah.
We've just got two new parents which have just started with us, and they came to me. I didn't even know they knew they had coaching licenses. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, my son used to play here and I was a coach. Right, brilliant. Yeah, you can coach.
Mm.
I just picked up Lee, who used to play for the Knights. His son has just started from us. Lives all the way down in Brighton, but coming up to play for us, which is
Lee,
amazing.
Coach
Yeah.
Ellis's brother-in-law, Lee.
No, no. There was two brothers, Simon and Lee Burnell.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, Lee Burnell's boys just started.
No
Simon's
right.
been coaching him as well.
Yeah.
Um,
I play with the Brunel brothers, mate. They're Brunel brothers. They're good lads.
yeah,
Good lads.
they
Oh,
are
cool.
top.
Yeah, yeah. Well, so Lee's lads playing for the Knights, and now
Used
Lee's taking on some coaching.
yeah, yeah,
Ah, awesome. Good
brilliant.
stuff.
And that's just golden.
Yeah,
Bruno that's just announced that I can coach. I've got a coaching license. Have you? Right. Do you want to? Yes, he does. And what a bloke he is. What a great attitude. Um, just can't do enough. It's like, whoa, slow down, enjoy yourself.
yeah,
You,
yeah,
because they've got to enjoy themselves too.
yeah.
Sometimes you've got to be a little bit hard on a coach and say, look, you're being a bit too soft here. You got to get harder with the kids, or they're
Mm,
not going to respect you. Um, and sometimes you've got to slow them down because they just can't wait to do everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I think when I was head coach at the seniors, at the Knights, I had to coach my coaches because a lot
yes,
of my coaching staff didn't really know what they were doing.
yeah,
So I suppose I've that's installed in me now anyway. So that helps me out hugely. Um, but yeah, that about sums up how I get my coaches. A lot of it is luck.
yeah.
It
And
really is. I
and
have had two coaches come, which I don't think have had the right attitude, and they've had to go.
right. So you hold yourself accountable for those standards.
Yes, yes, those two had to go. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And what about when it comes to like play calling? Like, do you have an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator? Do you handle both sides of play
Yes,
calling?
I have James who does 99% of my defensive play calling.
Yeah,
With Glenn and Stevie D helping
yeah,
him out. I'll be honest, I do offense for both teams.
right,
Though I've now got some other offensive coaches coming to help me. I'm going to teach them what I do, why I do it, my philosophy, um, and I'm going to try and release them a little bit. Let the lead go and
yeah.
let them have a bit of fun.
But is that going to be something that's difficult for you to let? Like, do you think you'll
No,
struggle to let go? Are
no,
you looking
no,
forward to that?
not difficult for me at all.
Right.
I I believe I'm going to win everything I do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's a contract for a job, if it's a fight, if it's American football. In my head,
It's not
I'm just going to win.
right.
Everything I do, seriously, I think I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
win.
yeah.
And I know it's not good to think like that, but I love watching coaches develop.
Mm,
Um, I've watched some of my defensive coaches, and I'm watching them take over. And Glenn, bless him, he had the U19s all on his own previous to myself coming along.
mm,
And not this year, last year, I can remember stepping back in games and watching him and the grin on his face. And that sort of thing makes it all worth it
mm.
because they're loving it. The coaches are loving it, as well as the players, as well as the parents.
Yeah, yeah,
Even the medics are having a great time.
yeah, yeah,
Richie Rich has a great time every game.
yeah.
He loves it. Yeah, it, everyone's got to enjoy themselves, even the management.
Mm,
They've got the worst job possible. They've got to get all the details of everyone and stack it all together, get the
mm,
messages out. Oh, I couldn't be doing all that. That's hard work.
mm,
But they've got to enjoy it.
mm.
Everyone has to enjoy it. Like whenever we're at quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals coming up, we have a barbecue.
Mm,
We train. The parents will eat the barbecue, drink wine, drink beer. Then we go in and watch film, and then the lads, the ballers, come in and they have their burgers, their hot dogs, and it's a lovely day every time. It's really good time. Everyone gets to know each other because there's a lot of parents which can't come. You know, they have to work on a Sunday, and if they can get down to one of our, you could call it a social,
yeah, yeah.
um, they get to know everyone and get to find out that they are a loud, screamy bunch. They
Mm,
are very loud, very screamy, famous for their bells, um, and but they're not so scary when you get to talk to them.
mm,
They're all lovely people. I'm
yeah,
blessed with some really great parents.
yeah. Ah, awesome. Well, there's just I'm just going to put out some comments that have come in. You've got a lot of love in the chat.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Let's
I
just
thought I
pop
was the
some
most
stuff up.
hated person.
No, no, mate. No, not at all. A living legend says hello. Nathan said, Coach Tango, the man, the legend. Under 19s are so lucky to have him. Uh, there is a couple of questions. Oh, here's another nice one from Mark. Coach Tango is the goat of all youth coaches. There is nobody better in the UK. So you got some fans out there, T. But there are some questions. So let's just have a. I'll just put them up. So this one uh, from Nathan. So if a player turns 19 during the season, can he finish the season or is there a birthday cut off? From what I understand, T, it's to do with like the school year, right? Like,
School year, 31st of August, 1st of September.
yeah, cool.
So he can be
Uh,
19 on the 31st of August. He can't be 19 on the 1st of September.
yeah, cool. And then Coach Russ from the Cats has just explained that they're setting up an under 19 academy team. Yeah, I love Coach Russ.
Yeah,
He's a
top man.
top boy. Yeah. Um, uh, so he said that they're setting up an under 19s. They already have 7 coaches in place. And his question to you is, what's the hardest thing to get through the setting up? What's the hardest thing to get through the setting up? That's what he said.
The coffee. Um, the organisation. I've organised my team very well, and they take their jobs on, and to them it's very personal. And they all get on and just do their jobs. The
Mm,
kids know they got to get all the shields, step overs, ladders out, and they just get on with it. Everyone just
mm.
gets on with it. It's brilliant. Um, yeah, that's about it really. It's just people having their own jobs and being accountable for them.
Yeah, and just sort of so defining that, setting it all up, and once it's set up and running, it's sort of looked
Yeah,
after,
but
I
it
suppose.
runs itself. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to ask this question again. I did ask you it when we prior to going live. Um, Player recruitment. So, what do you do to bring players into this? And I maybe maybe the better question is to bring them in prior to winning national championships, right? How do you attract players to this level?
I don't actually recruit. Um, if people come, as long as they've got a good attitude and they can stick by it, then great. They're going to have a great time. I don't actually go out and recruit. I should really recruit U19s because with the 20 in the last 2 years, which have gone from the U19s abroad to play football, that's tough in
Mm,
June. And really, I ought to, in my head, try and think I really need another 20. So rather
mm.
than only try and have 40 players, maybe I really ought to go for 60,
Yeah,
just to prepare for all these lads going to play abroad.
but so if you've not done any recruitment yourself, like as a person, does the club do any recruit? Like, is there any? Do the club put out posts, or how
Yes,
what people find in the club?
we've got media team, Sophie, Mark, Phil, and the lovely Vicky, do a load of social media. Aston Mum, yeah, it's all parents that, and that they do the social media. They just okay it with me. Have we got the right times?
Mm,
Because it's very hard because sometimes I have a lot of Saturdays I'm at Great Britain U17s. Some Saturdays the kids can have games, the
mm,
U16s, and if they do, then we have to move around training. If the U19s have got an away game on a Sunday, then we train on a Saturday. So it tends to take up a lot of Saturdays and Sundays. I get probably about 5 or 6 Sundays off a year and probably about 9 Saturdays off a year.
mm,
That's about it.
yeah. So when it comes to when it does come to like attracting players, you I suppose you've relied or not relied on, but have benefited from word of mouth then from people from within the club, bringing people along or
Yeah,
promoting
friends
it.
of friends.
Yeah,
We usually get a handful of rugby players in the new year, like everyone else does.
yeah,
April time, you get anything from 2 to 6 rugby players that come. Um, but really, it's hard to teach a rugby player a lot in such a short time unless he's got some amazing skill.
yeah,
Really good at catching really fast,
yeah,
can run the ball, loves tackling, like the typical rugby player, right?
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, we've just been extremely lucky, extremely lucky. Well, as I say, a lot of ex-footballers, their kids are now coming.
yeah,
That used to play for us years ago.
yeah,
I don't think we've got any kids playing for the adults. Yeah, parents playing for the adults now, but they're all past adults. They were.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I always think that about my boys. Like, will one of them end up being a knight? We'll see. I
Better
don't,
do,
they're a bit too
better
young
do.
now. But
Bring Ace down.
yeah, yeah. No, it'd probably be Theo. He's like, I took Theo to the rugby thing near us, like with the Bracknell Rugby Clubs, they're right around the corner, and it was just like a free try-up session. And he was in an age group of he's 5-year-olds to 9-year-olds. Well, the difference between a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old is ridiculous, especially when the
Yeah,
9-year-old's been playing rugby, right? And he's never done it, and he didn't want to play at first. He just sort of stood back, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I want to try now, Dad." And he went on, and you see him just like he went on. He ran around with his hands in his pockets at first, and I was like, take your hands up, get him in front of you." And like I was coaching him from the sideline, I suppose. No other parent was saying anything, and I was like shouting. I was thinking, "Oh, I'm probably embarrassing it," but I want him to enjoy it. And anyway, like he got to the point where he was like, "Give me the ball," and like when they were doing the kickoff, he was right there with his hands up and everything. He ended up scoring a try.
wicked.
Right, he's rapid when he gets going, and like I was saying to him because they had little water breaks. I was like, try and do a bit more of a looping run. Get the ball because they all bunch together like
They
geese,
do.
you know. And I said,
Yeah.
you want to get out of that and run down the sideline. That's what he did, and he scored. And it was like, mate, I don't think you'd see a happier parent and son combination, mate. We were over the moon, both of us, like going nuts about it. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. So yeah, I feel like he more than his brother or any of his brothers is likely to get involved in it. But I'll just let them do whatever they want. You know, like
Long
I'm
time
cool.
till he's 13, but I'll be here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like they see my kit around and they're like, you know, they know about American football and stuff. So we'll see how they go.
If he hits anything like you, it'd be awesome.
Cheers. Yeah, yeah, I did pride myself on my
Yeah.
hitting technique. I think that was I would say that was one of the things that gave me an edge over players in the UK when I came back from America was I knew how to hit someone and just send them up in the air. Like the way that I was always taught was like can opener. So you get like leverage underneath and then just flip them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like, I always felt like I would, I'd whack someone. I can remember a big old running back at Colchester Gladiators when we played at Aldershot Stadium. He got the ball, and it was me and him one on one, and you heard him laughing before he hit me, and I decked him, and our whole sideline went mental because it was right on the sideline, and I was like, yeah, people like pulling me off of him because I was going, I'll do it again, I'll do it again, like do it, But yeah,
You forced 4 fumbles in one game.
yeah, I know.
Uh,
Well, I remember. Oh, this is when you were head coach, and you said to
Yep.
me, "We need the ball back, Steve." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." It was a kickoff, and I just went and ripped it out of the guy's hands. So we did it twice in a row, and then we ended up winning that game by like a point or so. But yeah, I was always very good at just tell me what you need me to do, and I'll do it. You know, don't let this person do this or go and hit the quarterback or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you know. But yeah, no, massively enjoyed the sport. But didn't obviously went into media rather than coaching. But I do want to do want to touch on the academy. But prior to we get into that, because I'm quite excited. I don't know much about the academy
Our,
that you've got formulating.
our academy, obviously, it's our 3rd year now we've been running.
Yeah,
Um, we changed the name because we thought it might attract more people. It might help us out a little bit.
yeah, it's called the
Um,
Crusaders, right? That's
it
the
is South Coast Crusaders. It's We were going to play in the U20s game, but we found a far better U19s game that we can play in, so we're going to play in that.
yeah.
Um, we've done really well. We were damaged last year when we went out to Germany. I think it was 13 players left in Heathrow. It was the weekend when it had no power. There was a big fire and it had no power.
Yeah, I remember.
So
Yeah,
we went out to
oh,
Germany
I
with
remember that. It's
two
awful.
thirds of the team, and they were the best team in Europe at the time. That was tough.
Mm.
But otherwise, we're having a great time. We're out to Sweden soon, and we got a whole load of. Well, I think it's 10. We got, I think, 14 coaches, and 10 of them are Great Britain coaches.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so the kids are coming down, getting coached up to a really high standard,
Mm.
and they can take. We said to them, take this back to your team. Oh, well, don't I need a Knights helmet for the game? No, you wear your helmet with pride,
Yeah,
and take everything you learn back to your team and help your coaches coach.
yeah,
Because there's not a lot of coaches at most youth levels. I mean, obviously Russ is doing all right.
yeah.
That's a lot of coaches.
7, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
they're doing well.
yeah,
Well, 7 so far. You wait till the season starts and then count them.
yeah,
But so how many so it's obviously not just Knights and the Crusaders,
no,
but how many other teams are you drawing players from?
cool. We got players from.
I suppose and coaches, right? I'm guessing these are, they're not just GB. They must have a domestic team as well.
Yeah, they've all the coaches have got their own team. Most of them are do bucks or seniors.
Right.
Um, but cool players. We've got players from loads of teams. We must have 5 white helmets out there. I don't even pay attention to what team they play for. That matters not to me.
Mm.
We've probably got 5 or 6 black helmets. We've got one Manchester lad, comes all the way down from Manchester. one Leicester lad comes all the way down from Leicester. We've been quite lucky. We've always had a lot of players from North come down. They'd
Yeah.
rather go and play in Europe than stick to the 7 or 9 aside they can get in this country.
So is it 11s for the academy then?
Yeah,
11
yeah.
aside.
Our European games are only 11 aside. We're quite blessed. This one we've got coming up, we've got loads of scouts coming to it. It's going to be a whole weekend of nothing but football.
And this is
Um,
this is in Sweden, or is it in the UK?
in Sweden, we're
Yeah.
in Sweden. We're in a complex which is purely made for American football. We're all eating together. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Eating together, we're training together, we're watching film together. It's just going to be a phenomenal experience for the lads. Mark and Rebecca have really put together a great deal. It's not expensive when you consider what it would cost if it was Great Britain.
Mm,
We've got far better insurance. Not to put Baffa down, but the insurance actually really does cover these kids. So if
mm.
anything happens, they're completely sorted. Yeah, Rebecca and Mark have done a phenomenal job with this. Really have.
And talk to me more about the format of the academy then. So if a kid's looking to join the academy, how many games are like how many training sessions, how many games, like what's the format over a 12-month
So
period
we
look like?
we start training the end of September.
Hmm.
We go and play in the end of November. We train every 2 to 3 weeks. Um, Training's not bit. I don't even know how much it costs to train, to be honest. And then we hope to have 2 games at home in March, April time. It'd be
Right.
March time, be before the season. And the home games, hopefully, we go to a stadium for that.
Oh, quality.
So there's a
Well,
stadium person watching this that wants to give us a nice cheap deal, um,
yeah.
a- and you could come and film it.
Yeah, I'll come and live stream it, mate. No problem.
Yeah.
Very excited for that,
Well
mate.
done with all your live streaming, by the way.
Thank you.
I've never seen American football covered so well in the 40 years I've been involved. Never. Not a touch of this.
No, I appreciate it, mate. It's yeah, it's it well that coming from the gridiron, I felt like we needed to build something that didn't exist and put value and give the sport a leg up and stuff and just sort of put value into it. And yeah, I know I really appreciate the nice words because it is a big effort. I mean, it gets harder for me as my boys get older. My wife gets less patient with me and forgiving. Um, but it's
Excuse me.
a lot of money and time and effort goes into it. But I love it. Like, yeah, mate, if we can do your March April games for for your international ones, mate, that'd be amazing. I still get really excited doing it. I mean, we we did a game. Me and Tom did a game in the playoffs, just gone, and it was down. It was a 2-hour one-way trip for me. It was the East Kent Mavericks, and they played the London O's in the playoffs.
Yeah,
And
watch that. Good game.
mate, like it went to overtime. It was like the buzz. Me and Tom like high fived after it. He was like, "That was amazing," like
Yeah.
so. It's I don't yeah I don't get the same buzz I did when I played, but I still there's still something in it for me. I still walk away with something, even though I'm doing this. Even doing the media stuff, like with the right games and the right conditions. There's been games where it's been pissing down, freezing cold rain, and I had nothing to like cover me, and or the equipment, and I've just been like in the foulest mood ever, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, with certain games and like I say the right conditions and stuff, we had some amazing experiences that I'd never had before. I've never done the media stuff before, so and what we're finding is there's more there's more people getting involved in the media stuff. We talked about it with the E5 guys, and I even think Pete last week. There's more people, there's more photographers, there's more videographers, there's more people that want that want to come down and take photos and create content for the players, for the coaches, for the clubs.
The
Um,
sponsors want to see it.
yeah, and well, all of that helps, right? Like
Yeah.
the more exposure that the sport gets, the more attractive it is for sponsors and sponsorship, right? So that's something that we're trying to work on with the live streams as well, so that we end up to, let's say we end up doing games for the nights. We end up saying to you guys, "Oh, we'll come down and live stream. We'll give you guys 200 quid and your opponents 200 quid as well." Like so, rather than taking money out of the sport, we take money from outside of the sport to fund what we're doing, so we can pay people and pay for equipment and all the, I don't know, satellite service that costs 100 quid a month and all this stuff. But then also say to the clubs, we'll give you money as well. So like that's turning the model on its head, because right now, if you want someone to live stream your games, you're paying them the thick end of 1,500 quid
And
to do it.
sometimes in the old days they never turned up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They didn't even turn up to finals half the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I just think like there's we, we'll help out where we can and try and generate money, and like so there's more for us to do, and it's quite exciting. But appreciate the value of it. Seeing it's a it's
No, I only
takes
see
a lot
you
of
as
my
a
time.
plus. You just a plus. It's brilliant. I can't believe that someone's willing to put the time and effort and money in to do something for us, uh,
Mm.
the whole football community. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, cheers,
Thank
T.
you.
No, well, you're welcome, and looking forward to doing some whatever else comes up. Just keep me plugged into what you guys are doing. We do want to start doing some more stuff, because we did do some stuff for under 19s. As you know, we did some nights under 19s games, and maybe I think even an under 16 game. But the we stopped doing it because someone mentioned to us, uh, "Have you got safeguarding measures in place?" And I was like, "No, I don't really know what to do with that." And so I was like, to play it safe, we just won't do any under 19 stuff. And then we did do a couple of bits, and now like I understand safeguarding a bit more. So now we've got like a policy and a document for people to sign, like a waiver. And we're going to try and start doing a bit more of these under 19s and under 16s games.
That's brilliant news.
Yeah,
Brilliant news.
yeah, because so like the
But U16s, we have one player. His father lives in America,
yeah.
and for him to see it would be
Oh, mate,
amazing.
we get that all the time, and it's so nice, particularly with Uniball, because you get a lot of
Yeah,
students that travel from all over the
all
world,
over.
right? And mate, we'll even get their mums and dads like messaging us, or the player themselves messaging us, or coming up to us saying thank you so much, and like
Mm,
shaking our hands. We've had it where, because we're now monetized on YouTube, which means people can pay us a subscription if they want to, or like do like a one-off payment, like buy us a coffee type thing, right? Where they can just donate money to us. And we often see like, and when they do it, they get to like put a message with it, and then that's a more prominent message because they've added money to it,
yeah,
and so it pops up a lot more obvious for us to see. And we get players like parents like towards the end of live streams that want to thank us, and they'll give us like a fiver or something to do so. Like, and it's like that stuff's really like I don't mean the money, but the gesture itself, just like they've enjoyed it that much, it meant that much to them that they were like, I want to do something for these guys. And that's a really lovely thing to experience for us. Just not like I said, the money doesn't matter, but just people being grateful and showing their appreciation. And what we try to do with our live streams, the game live streams are different to these sort of shows, right? We have to be neutral. We have to be a bit more of a media feel to them, whereas this is a lot more relaxed, and we might swear, and that's okay. We don't really want to swear on a game live stream, right?
yeah,
Although we do sometimes accidentally swear, or we'll pick up bad language, but we don't promise that it's going to be a kid friendly broadcast. But yeah, it's a different approach for us when we do those things, because there's a bit more gravity to it. Like in 5 years' time, no one's going to seek this show out and want to rewatch it, right? But in 5 years' time, people are going to go back to different games that we've live streamed
yeah,
and want to rewatch them, right? And so like there's like an added like pressure of like we're creating records of the game, as well as providing coverage for it.
yeah.
So it's like I'm quite proud of that, because I was fortunate enough, at the nights where we had Hippo doing night TV and he was selling DVDs of the games, wasn't he? And that was
Yeah,
like I used to love that. He'd put a scoreboard up and they'd do little funny bits every now and then, and that was really good, and I always remember that and how much I valued that to be able to pay a tenner for this DVD. I've still got all the DVDs upstairs in my loft, like I really valued that footage of me playing, and to be able to offer that, but with commentary, with replays, with everything else.
I have black and white photos.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. But we also try to engage the audience. That's another thing we try and do. So, like, we'll ask people, where are you watching from? Who you're backing? Ask questions, get them to ask questions, and try to really. For us, it's about we're not trying to be like an ESPN coverage where we're flexing our knowledge of formations and strategy and stuff. We're just trying to bring people's mums and dads who don't know the sport, that might live in another country, or their girlfriends or whatever, their roommates, try and help them understand what they're watching and what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
cool, man. It's
so it's
brilliant.
a lot more basic, like you'll hear us say, "Oh, it's 1st and 10, so this is the first of 4 attempts to go 10 yards." Like
Yeah,
just, and then like the experienced people or people that may watch the NFL be like, "So what's he saying that for?" But we have to really think about that. A massive portion of our audience is
you've got to be,
just
yeah.
learning the ropes or not knowing anything. So yeah, we do try to sort of, we are, yeah, it's not for everyone. Like like we've had some teams that have contacted us and they're like, "Oh, can you know can you focus on, like, can you zoom out so we get a better shot of what the DBs are doing?" I'm like, "No, because we're doing it for entertainment, not for scouting." So
Yeah,
like, so we try and really stay in our lane and make what we do, that little bit we do, really good. But yeah, people are
and you
always
do.
like clawing at us to do a little bit more, to change what we do. So we try and stick to our guns, and try to make it, yeah, the most entertaining thing we can. But yeah, appreciate it. Let's have a little look. I just want to see what other people have said. Uh, Russ has said, "Oh, I agree. The exposure's been great for the sport." Cheers, Russ. Uh, Mark's asked, how's your Swedish? Fancy coming to Sweden for a Global Alliance weekend with the SCC Academy? Is that for you,
Yeah,
or is he asking me? Is it?
I think Mark's just putting it out there so everyone know they can still come.
So is this so South Coast Crusaders? That's SCC Academy, right?
Yeah, that's us.
Cool.
Yeah,
So he's just plugging that for your guys. Um, and then Mark's also popped up and said, "We're taking UK 11v11 to the next level with our European partners." Oh, it is for me. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about it, Mark. I'll speak to T if it's possible to travel and it makes sense. Then yeah, no problem. My Starlink should work in Sweden. My satellite dish, that is. Yeah.
yeah. Come out with us.
But
Come
yeah,
out. We'll have
yeah,
fun.
we'll talk about it. But yeah,
I don't know if you've heard about it. We got involved with International Sports Alliance. Toby's backing it. Toby Letterman's backing it.
oh right, yeah,
Um,
I love Toby,
it's
man.
brain safe, so all of our kids have now got on their phone. They can look into it with their eyes, and it tells them if they're concussed, how concussed, what they got to eat, what they got to
What's
do
that,
for
like an app on
training.
the phone?
Yeah,
What's it called? Brain Safe?
brain safe. International Sports Alliance is the name of the company, but the
No way.
actual app is brain safe, and it tells them how concussed they are, um, if they can continue playing, if they can't. Um, what they need to eat to help get over it, what they need to do
Oh,
training wise to get over it, when they can start running, when they can start contact again.
what?
Something the
Toby's
whole
involved in
world,
this, is he?
sorry,
Toby's involved in this.
yeah,
Toby Letman.
he's selling it all throughout Europe at the moment. There's teams in the NFL now looking at it,
No
Rug,
way.
rugby are looking at it, lacrosse are looking at it, stock car are looking at it. This is going to be crazy. But our U16s, our U19s, and our academy team, it is a must. They have to join it.
So they use this as part of your what, concussion protocols?
Yeah, one hundred
No
percent.
way. Well, I'll have to look
Doctors
into
don't
that. That's
know. You
really
go to the
interesting.
hospital and say, "Am I concussed?" They've got to give you worst case scenario because they don't know.
Right.
They do
Yeah.
not know. But
Well,
these guys
that's
have
amazing.
made. This is I think he's a brain surgeon, some top doctor. They've really got this app down. Amazing. It's absolutely
Oh,
amazing.
oh, well, I'll have to have a look into that and see if we can get Toby on to talk about it, but also
Yeah,
if we can do an article on it, just letting people know, because that sounds like it's, beyond the commercial thing. That's a safety thing, right? Like, this is something that we should be taking advantage of if it's, if it is viable, if it does tick all the boxes it needs to from like a regulatory perspective. Like, I don't know, can you safely use this and at scale? That'd be
yeah.
awesome.
It's spreading through America and Europe right now,
Yeah, cool.
hugely.
Yeah. So yeah, Nathan's asked, can we share the link? Yeah. So we need to look into it, Nathan. But yeah, I from what you're saying there, T, that's something that I like. I was going to call it a no-brainer, but you know, I stopped myself. Well, I didn't, did I? I just fucking did it.
No,
But yeah, it does. It seems like something that you're foolish not to use, right? If something can accurately depict, even just sensing a concussion, let alone all of the other advice that you said it has, it seems like it's massively worth it. So
oh,
yeah, glad you've mentioned that, mate.
it's just such a big plus for our sport and so many other sports.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if there's any coaches on here or players, but please get on it. It's so revolutionary. Going to the doctors, going to the hospital, they're just going to say, "Oh yeah, don't do any contact sport for 8 weeks." They won't say, "This is what you need to eat. This is
yeah,
how you need to train.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can't sprint yet. You can't jump."
yeah,
And the phone will tell you what you can do and can't do,
yeah.
and
Wow.
then it tell you when you're ready to start sprinting, lifting weights again, when you're
Jesus,
ready to contact again. It's
this sounds
well,
awesome.
amazing, amazing.
So yeah, well, we'll definitely look into that, T. Thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. We're pretty much at time, but just before we go, T, is there anything that you want to say that we haven't covered? Is there anything that like that you want to sort of, or maybe even like a parting message to people? Like, is there anything that you wanted to say while we're still here?
Well, we are a football community. The people that are on this, watching it, people that are out training tonight, um, and we've got to stand together and work together.
Hmm.
And you are someone that can help pull this together and is doing this all off his own back, as do coaches, first aid staff. But you're doing it in a large way. Thank you. And for myself, if anyone wants to come down, come down. And I need another 20 U19s to replace the 20 I lose every year. Um, if you want to go to America or Canada or Germany, we won't only help you, we won't stop you. Where some
Mm,
coaches I know don't want their players to go on to bigger and better and further things. Oh, there's a semi final, a quarter final, a final coming up. No, it's about the kids.
mm.
Let the kids go as far as they possibly can.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Love that message, T. That's awesome, mate. Good stuff. Well, thank you for your time, mate. Um, really enjoyed chatting. Like I said, mate. I think we've done well to keep it within the confines of the conversation we have, because
To talk
you and
about
I could talk
fights.
for hours on end, right? Like, but yeah, it's lovely seeing you again, mate.
And can
Anyway,
you come and sort my Wi-Fi out again?
oh, is it broken?
No,
I'll
it's just
bring
rubbish.
I'll bring my yeah, I'll bring like a couple of my terrorizing kids round, and you can enjoy them.
Yeah, so I'll get the Nerf guns out and shoot
Yeah,
them.
oh mate, they're just a nightmare. But yeah, yeah, no, yeah, of course I will. Yeah, I'll give you a shout.
Wicked.
Um, all right, mate. Well, yeah, say hello to Kerry for
I
me,
will do.
and yeah, we'll
Say
catch
hello to
up soon.
Becky.
I will do, mate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.